What's up, man? It's your boy LO, and I'm back with another tutorial. Today we're gonna go over a song similar to a Future style song, or a Kevin Gates style song, or a Moneybag Yo style song with some rap and some autotune. It's gonna sound really good. All right, this is gonna be pretty much a bit different from my last tutorials. We are not gonna be using the R channel. We're gonna be using the SSL channel today. I'm gonna show you the Antares autotune and the settings that I often use with artists who have pretty good vocals and how we get these vocals. Also, we're going to be using the Q10 for sweep, de-esser, CLA2A. Also going to be showing you a new method that I was introduced to that adds punch to your vocals, and it's just so amazing. It makes it sound so professional. So let's get to it. I'll show you what it sounds like first, like I usually do on all my tutorials. You decide if you like it and want to continue to watch. I'm pretty sure you will. Let's get it.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. 40 hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping in May. My ice cars, catastrophe. I'm in a whole different planet. VEX to the taste, so she not attractive to me. Y'all hoes is turning me off, especially the hoes in the bay. Big bang coming every which way. Money stay all.
All right, so that sounds really good. By the way, the song that you are listening to is by it's from an artist by the name of Julio Vec. He does have a tape coming out really soon, Planet Vec. So everybody be ready for that. This song is not out yet, but when it is, I will be posting it on my YouTube page. So stay tuned if you're interested and want to hear the actual song with a master on it. Let's continue, man. I'm telling you. All right, so. We're going to start with the method that I was introduced to, a new method that I was introduced to that adds punch to your vocal. And you're going to want to go ahead and put this on any track. You want to create a template and put this in your template if you want to. I also do sell templates with presets and everything like that, an SSL channel template, or R channel template, whatever tutorial you're interested in that you've liked on my page, I do sell a template for it. So, you know, holla at me. We can set up the Cash App or the PayPal. It's not that expensive for a long run. You know, you don't have to keep going to a studio and etc. And so that method that I was introduced to was the adding a auxiliary. Now, as you can see, I have two auxiliaries because I separated them in case of different things, but you really only need to add one auxiliary right here, you know, for this particular step. You're gonna add one auxiliary. You're gonna, you know, assign a bus to it, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna add a Waves C1 compressor, and you can copy these settings. I do not go, you know, I do not go over what each plugin does in the mass amount when I'm doing a mass setting tutorial. But I will have multiple tutorials that go over why these plugins are doing what they're doing, or why they're being implemented and what they do. And but you will hear what they do. So let's go ahead and turn them off and then turn it back on. I'll show you what they do.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. 40 hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping in May. My ice cars, catastrophe. I'm in a whole different place.
So it adds a crazy punch to the vocal, while also at the end of everything. You know, at the end of everything, it adds a crazy amount of punch to it. So let's go ahead and turn everything off and start off with the first step. The first step that I usually do is Autotune. And I use Antares 7 Autotune. And with this Autotune, we use Keyfinder. Keyfinder is a external app that you can get with Mac, and I'm not sure if you can get it with Windows, but it's an external app that you can get with Mac. And what it does is you'll drag your instrumental into it, run batch analysis. There'll be a button at the bottom by the name of run batch analysis. And what it'll do, once you drag the beat in, run batch analysis, and it'll give you your key, which is for that beat right there that I drug. It was G minor. For this beat that we're going to tutorial for, it was a E flat minor. And it is very important to already know your key so you can throw it in Autotune, and that way you're not focusing on the part of what is the key and what is the sound, you can go ahead and just work on the retune speed and the humanized natural vibrato or creative vibrato, etc. So this artist was an alto tenor. We just put it at 50 for relaxed, between relaxed and choosy. I didn't really want the auto-tune to be too choosy because he was hitting the vocals on nail damn near as he was recording. We turned the retune speed up to 10 because we still wanted a modern day sound to go along with it. He did hit the notes pretty accurately, consistently, but this adds a little bit more consistency to the vocal to keep it natural sounding, similar to like a Lil Baby or Kevin Gates, like you hear, or like I said, Moneybagg Yo. You would turn the humanize up, and the humanize is at 15. And then we turned down the natural vibrato to about -1.4 because we wanted it to lean a little bit more to that auto-tune side, to so that it punches through a lot more. So I'll show you what that sounds like with and without.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. For the hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping in May. My ice cars, catastrophe. I'm in a whole different planet. VX to the taste, so she not attractive to me. Y'all hoes is turning me off, especially them hoes in the bay.
All right, so it gave you a pretty good example. The next thing we did on this vocal, we added a waves noise suppressor. All right, so with my wave noise suppressor, what I usually do is I turn it up to -7, right? So I can go ahead and get as much of that background noise out as possible based off where I put it at. And so at 30 kilohertz, we turn that all the way down to -32. We turn it all the way down. And then on around 99, between 30 and 99, we turn it down to -20.4 because we didn't want anything right here. As you can see, we didn't want any of this noise right here. Yeah, I'll let you play.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet.
As you can see, it's not as much background noise in this area, so we don't have to turn it down. And we wanted to keep the air at the front, so we didn't turn that down. But there's a good amount of background noise over here at the low end, so we went ahead and turned that down right there. All right, so the next step we went to our SSL channel. And this is what I mean by, this tutorial is just a bit different than my previous tutorial. My previous tutorial dealt with an R channel mostly. I think I have another tutorial I used in VEQ, but mostly I use most of my tutorials that have to deal with the overall mix use the R channel. This time we're going to use the SSL channel to complement it. And so what we did, even though we did kind of a high pass filter within the waves noise suppressor, it was only to a certain extent. And so what we did was we still did another high pass in the SSL channel, but we turned it up to 170. So I'll show you what that did. Well, actually, I'm going to show you what this whole channel did. Actually, I apologize. So after we did the high pass, we didn't do anything with the compression. So if you get the SSL channel, you just go ahead and set it to set up A or set up B, where it's just nothing's on it. I have a preset that I've created that I set for gate and an EQ. So I turn my gate on and I'll turn my range up to about 14.3. I'll turn my release to about 0.2. Turn on fast attack. Gotta have on the fast attack for it to sweep out that mud and that and gate that noise in the background. And on my threshold, I put it at -14.1. Had the gate up, and it works. It works amazingly. As long as you record well and make sure you turn up your vocals and compress well. And then, so we turned up at, excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and close it right now. So at 9.8, we turned it up about 1.5 decibels. At 5K, we turned it up about 1.6 decibels, slightly turned it up in each level. At 1K, we went ahead and turned it up at 2.2. And then we didn't do anything right here at the lower levels with the main vocal, and this is how it sounds.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. For the hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping in May. My ice cars, catastrophe. I'm in a whole different planet. VX to the taste, so she not attractive to me.
It just added a nice clean, sound to it. And you know, it punches through the mix. Listen to it.
My nigga. No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. 40 hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping it made.
It's a bit, it punches through a lot more. It doesn't sound muddy. And so what we did next after that, we went ahead and did a sweep with our Q10 from Waves. And we didn't have to do a high pass because we already did enough high pass. And so we went to our low mids and we swept, man. And what I mean by sweep is we go up here. We found out what was the muddiest area, you know what I'm saying? So we'll play it.
My nigga. No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. 40 hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping it made. My ice cars, cuts at your fade. I'm in a whole different planet. VEX to the taste, so she not attractive to me. Y'all hoes is turning me off, especially them hoes in the bay. They been coming every which way. Money stay all on my phone, like, huh? What? I ain't really hear what you say. Stupid nigga, fuck is you thinking? Walking, smelling straight thing. Still be dripping, no saying. Can I be sipping? Keep it bad, bitch, like London tipping. Now the hell with my love of prescriptions. Mama said that I really be tripping. The ride I'm on wasn't the one I was given, but I'm balling like I'm Scotty Pippen. When I'm up, I'm like Wayne, there's no ceiling.
It just it as a punch. You may or may not be able to hear what it does as well. But I'll give you a chance to see if you can.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. 40 hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping it made. My ice cars, cuts at your fade. I'm in the hole.
So it doesn't sound bad with it being bypassed, but it sounds so crisp when you add that to it, though, So bypass one more time.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. 40 hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping it made. My ice cars, cuts at your fade. I'm in a whole different.
If you can hear that. And so on the next step, we went ahead and did de-esser. Now, this is a standard de-esser that I use, and I adjust according to the artist and the song and how it sounds. You can go ahead and copy these settings. These same settings are in, I think, 3 of my other tutorials as well. It works great. It works fantastic. And then the next step we did was a CLA 2A. That was a RDSer, by the way, by Waves. And so the next step we did was a CLA 2A. We went ahead and then we adjusted our flat, our high frequency in flat tone to about 61.5. And what you can think about when using this is if you use a digital compressor, usually just think about this being the angle, that angle that you usually see in your digital compressor. And so imagine if your angle was all the way down, or imagine if your angle was all the way, straight and it didn't really matter, So with this one, 61 point, I think we just used 61.2 or something like that, 3. That's what we use on here. And I kept it at about 60 kilohertz frequency. And what we did was with compression, what you do, you want to compress with the with the beat playing. All right, you want to definitely compress in context of the song. And so we did our peak production at about 58.12.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose.
We turned it up to make up for that reduction. We turned it up to about 48.3. For that reduction. So
no handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. 40 hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping it made. My ice cars, cuts at your fade. I'm in a whole different planet. VEX to the taste, so she not attractive to me. Y'all hoes is turning me off, especially them hoes in the bay. They been coming every which way. Money stay all on my phone, like, huh? What? I ain't really hear what you say. I really. Stupid nigga, fuck is you thinking? Walking, smelling straight thing. Still be dripping, no saying. Can I be sipping? Keep it bad, bitch, like London tipping. Now the hell with my love of prescriptions. Mama said that I really be tripping. The ride I'm on wasn't the one I was given, but I'm balling like I'm Scotty Pippen. When I'm up, I'm like Wayne, there's no ceilings.
All right. So let's listen to a bypass.
No handouts, no free plates, popping bottles. Henny Jose, living life, and I'm living it great. In the A, yeah, we call it filet. For these hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping in May. My ice cars, catastrophe. I'm in a whole different planet. VX to the taste, so she not.
This sounds really, really good, really good. All right, so next we went ahead and we put a spreader on there. And if you want to know about my spreader, I'll show you the settings on here as well. But I also talked about my spreader on my previous tutorials if you would like to check them out. And so with my spreader, we just use a Pro Tools delay. This actually comes in a Pro Tools template. If you go do the mix and record section and pick 24 effects and auxiliaries, this will actually be on there. And so I didn't change anything. I just adjust my my auxiliary right here. And so you can copy those settings if you would like to, but like I said, it is in a template. I also added an auxiliary, and I put my H delay in there. And I also have a dynamic delay for the verse because I don't like my verses echo to bounce ear to ear, but I do like I do like my ad libs to bounce ear to ear, the delay. And then I use the R reverb from Waves for my reverb, and you can copy these settings if you would like to. I actually do recommend saving reverb settings whenever you do get a really good reverb on a song and you're like, man, that shit sounds good. Keep that reverb, man. Save it, man. I didn't save this one. I really like this one. So, but you can get the settings. You know, we killed some of the low end right here at the EQ, and we dragged it into right below 4K, and then we damped it out just a little bit at the top, but we want to keep some air when we were doing the damping. You know, I have my wet and my dry at 83. You know, reverbs all the way up. You know, everything else pretty much the same. One very important thing that engineers, beginning engineers, when they do their reverb, they do not touch the diffusion. Please touch your diffusion accordingly to whatever the song is. For most rap songs, the diffusion is not going to be all the way at the bottom. You're going to turn it up because you want that separation and in the vocals, so that it blends well. You're using the reverb to blend in hip hop more than you're actually like using it to make it sound a certain way. As far as the lead vocal goes, I have my time at about 5.78, and I also have my size at about 60.2. And my type of reverb is a church. I do like the atmospheric sound of a church, the church sound that I get with it. So that's pretty good. So I'll show you what I did to adjust it. I didn't really do too much of the chorus because spreader, because it's not a chorus. If it was a chorus, then we'll use the spreader a lot more because we wanted to, especially with Autotune, because we wanted to sound like a difference in between the verse and the chorus. But with this one, we just use it slightly so that it does a nice spread on the vocal. Turn that up pretty good. We're going to do a nice little spread on the vocal. All right. And then next, we add a delay to it. This delay is the delay for the vocals. Like I said, it is a dynamic delay that comes in Pro Tools. And these are the settings for it. I can let you know right now, I didn't touch anything when I placed this plugin into this right here. All I did to make it sound good was go to my transport and put my tempo in. You have to know your tempo before the session starts. When the session starts, go find it, figure it out. If you have Mac, I would recommend having Logic and Pro Tools because Logic has a BPM counter that you can just throw your beat in there, just like Keyfinder, and it'll tell you the tempo, and you can just put it into your Pro Tools session. And so that was very important to that. I didn't put as much delay, but being that it's a full like rap song with an autotune and stuff, it does a really good job at making it sound good. So I'll give you an example of that. So right when the beat cut off, you can hear the delay.
Hey, yeah, we call it filet. For these hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping in May.
As you can hear, And then next we have our reverb. Like I said, I showed you my reverb settings, and I turned the reverb up about halfway at about 11.1. I turned it up about halfway because I didn't want it to overtake the entire vocal and like an 80s song. It's not, we're doing rap, so This is what it sounds like.
Hey, yeah, we call it filet. For the hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping it, man.
And here's how it sounded context.
Hey, yeah, we call it filet.
With and without.
Hey, yeah, we call it filet. For the hoes, give them no time of day. Go chase a bag, yeah, I say. There ain't no capping it, made. My ice cars, catastrophe. I'm in a whole different planet. VX to the taste, so she not attractive to me. Y'all hoes is turning me off, especially the hoes in the bay. Big bang coming every which way. Money stay all on my phone, like, huh? What? I really.
Now the order in which I do these three things, I do reverb first, then I do delay, and then I do chorus, because sometimes when you do your reverb based off the type of reverb that you do and the settings that you use for that particular song, you might not need delay, and then same thing vice versa for delay in the reverb. So I always do both as far as like finding out, and if they coincide well with each other, then I'll keep them both. But if one sounds better for the song without the other, then that's the one I keep, and I always do my chorus. All right, and I think that is pretty much it. I'll go over the ad-libs as well, and actually I'll go over the dub as well. A lot of people don't actually know how to line up the dub pretty well. So what I do with my dub is, if you like I said, if you use that chorus setting, I don't use any reverb. I use no delay. I turn up the chorus really to a good amount. Usually it's almost all the way up to the top, but this time I use it about halfway. And here's what it sounds like